All right, history buffs and beach bums, listen up. Forget Cape Town, forget Stellenbosch. This is where it all began. This is the town where European explorers, a bunch of tired sailors from Portugal, first touched South African shores. This is where Bartolomeu and his crew arrived on the 3rd of February 1488. It is home to South Africa's first post office, a tree. So many wonderful experiences to be had here in Mossel Bay. Baie dankie. Yes, and here we go. And in South Africa we eat food out of these metal plates.
Yes.
That's how we do it.
So this is our double bedroom.
It's a double bedroom. I love these old stone houses. It gives the town a particular character. Mossel Bay, the town of sandstone, but also of beautiful and profound monuments. Add some colonial gems and a killer ocean view, and you've got yourself a town that's basically South Africa's original hotspot, just with fewer Instagram filters. So buckle up and let's see what makes this town special. Welcome to Mossel Bay. Let's go and explore. And here's a useful reference for you actually. So there's Mossel Bay, you've got Cape Town over there, and you've also got Gqeberha over there, the former Port Elizabeth. And you will see Mossel Bay is approximately 400 kilometers from each. Yes, everyone, welcome to beautiful Mossel Bay. It's a gorgeous day here on the south coast. This is my first real time in Mossel Bay. And what I mean by that is I have spent an evening here, gosh, more than 20 years ago now. I did not see any of the town though. So I am very much a Mossel Bay newbie. This will be a first impressions vlog. So I'll give you my impressions as the vlog goes on. I'm here at the iconic Santos beach here in Mossel Bay, and I've come here for a reason, because I believe there's a little bit of a Brighton connection. Yes, I'm a South African, but I'm also a UK citizen. I live in Brighton, England, and we are fiercely passionate about our Royal Pavilion. And I've spotted the Mossel Bay version of Brighton. There we go in front. I'll be honest, it doesn't exactly scream Royal Pavilion to me, but I'm willing to give it a chance. The important thing though is that I feel immediately connected to Mossel Bay because of the pavilion. Ek maak 'n video van Mosselbaai.
Maar jy is van Brighton.
Ja, ja.
You can play with, jy het sulke sand, jy het klippe op.
Ons het klippe, jy's reg meneer, daar's hy.
Sussex University.
Was hy daar gewees?
Sussex University.
My, you know, wow.
No, look, this is a very famous beach because it's from this beach that the Khoi actually chased away the Portuguese.
Yes.
And they went into the ocean and they went and colonialized Mozambique.
Yes.
They were meaning to colonialize
Nice.
Brighton.
But,
Are you from South Africa?
I'm from South Africa, but I've been in Brighton since 2009.
All right.
Yeah, I'll give you my channel, so you can go and check for YouTube. So I had to come to Mossel Bay and see, but that doesn't look anything like the Royal Pavilion, huh?
No, it doesn't.
And here it is, the Santos Pavilion in Mossel Bay. And it actually looks like it is a restaurant today. So I might go and grab a coffee. A little bit of Brighton here in South Africa. I've read that a certain Mr. W.J.R. Swart, he built this pavilion in 1916. And someone from Mossel Bay or the area actually went to Brighton before that to get inspiration and to see what a pavilion should look like. I've read that in 1979 there was a devastating fire that destroyed much of a roof and indeed much of a woodwork. Luckily there was a private company that stepped in to restore it. They secured a 30-year lease in 1986, and this gave this historic gem a new lease on life. Ah, this is the inside of Santos Pavilion, and you can see it is indeed a restaurant today. And I've got some photos here, pictures of back in the day. 1920, 1940 and 1950. Lots of holiday goers, beach goers over the years. And what a view from here. So I have to say, maybe the Royal Pavilion in Brighton beats it on an architectural scale, but certainly not from a view perspective. This is next level. It's got that beach vibe, the surf vibe. Yo, jackal on the beach. You can see the prices. Remember, one British pound is about 23, maybe 24 South African rand now. And various other prices there. I'll say buy donkey. Right, onwards and upwards. There's my cappuccino. It was 36 rands. Let's go and explore more of this beautiful town. Yeah, I just noticed here at Santos Beach they've also got a train lodge, fork and train restaurant. Wow, this is extremely unique, isn't it? You can see the train tracks. Yes, wow, okay.
En dan met onze bar dan.
Kijk nou net hoe mooi is dit hier so. Ja.
My name is Kim.
Hi, Kim.
I'm from Mossel Bay, born and bred, working at the Santos Express train lodge here in Mossel Bay. Please do come and visit us to experience how it is to sleep on a real train.
Okay.
Waking up with the waves in your ears, going to bed with the natural sound of the waves. I call it my personal favorite, white noise.
White noise, of course. The sounds of nature. Yes.
Sounds of nature. Let me show you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Kim's giving me the grand tour, yeah? Here at Santos. This looks like a photo from the street.
Wife.
That's how realistic it looks, huh?
Exactly.
Yo, out by Makoti, yes. Wow, and it's taken her some time, you said a year.
Yes. This is one of the blue train carriages.
Yo, wow.
So this is our double bedroom.
It's a double bedroom.
So this is still original, the bunk bed.
Yes.
And also the sink with a small little
yes,
table.
look, it's almost like a real train experience.
Yes.
Julle kan trots wees hierop, hoor. Wow.
Yeah, and after it ons 'n bietjie braai facilitator gesit.
Ah, yes, braai facilities and a place where you can sit and have a coffee and look over Santos Beach. Yeah.
Something else. And then we also have the honeymoon cabooses. That's our more private units.
Ah, okay, yes.
And
Private for a reason, I guess.
Yes, the caboose units in the Royals.
Goeiemôre, dag sê. And look at the beautiful blue color as well, like the blue train. Yeah, and I can see you've got the caboose and then you've got the Royals.
Yes.
The Royals have got a green color there.
Go in and check out the caboose.
Ah, yes, dit sal lekker wees man, dankie.
So each caboose has its own private deck with its braai facilities.
Yes.
So here you have your deck, here's
Ah,
your fire
yes.
extinguisher, your umbrella,
Some
your
shade
braai.
and yes, goodness, this is amazing. View of a harbour.
Amazing view of the harbor. And then
Oh, yes, wow, you definitely have more space here. Double bed, tea and coffee station. Here's a bathroom.
And here's a bathroom.
Yes, it's amazing how they fit everything in, eh? Look at the shower. Wow.
And if
Amazing.
I show you the Royal.
Even got a hook for your coat.
Yes.
And look at the lights. All the detail, all the little detail here. You should not miss that. The Royal Suite.
One have its own private balcony. We are busy putting sage on.
Royal experience and a South African flavour there on the window. Oh, this is an amazing experience, don't you think? Absolutely incredible. Let's go in here. Yo,
You can come in.
this is a royal experience. Look at the size of this carriage, size of this room. Dag sê, hi.
So this is still the old Victorian shower
Old
and
Victorian
bath.
showers, yes.
And this is still the original hand basin.
Yes, the bath. Yeah, wash basin there. Amazing.
This is all
Oh my
still original.
And it's still in great condition, huh?
Yes.
Yo. Julle het baie
It's
moeite
a
gedoen.
lot of work to keep.
Ja, maar julle doen baie goeie
position.
moeites hierso, jong. Wow. Daar sê, Willie Explore.
Willie Explore.
Ja. I guess next time I'm in Mossel Bay, I probably will have to come here and have an experience, hè?
Definitely.
Was dit die oorspronklike treinspoor hier in Mossel Bay?
Hulle gaan hom nou weer oopmaak.
Kim's just telling me that this train track is going to be operational soon again,
Yeah.
going to the harbour, and in fact the Mossel Bay harbour is the smallest commercial port in South Africa.
South Africa.
But I think they're going to enlarge it. Hulle gaan hom groter maak, né?
Ja, hulle gaan.
So Mossel Bay as an industrial giant waiting in the wings, so to speak.
Just to think that Mossel Bay was one of the smallest towns in South Africa, and over time it grew with population, buildings, and accommodation.
How many people live here now? 100,000? 90,000?
More than
More than it.
100,000, and still it's expanding.
It's expanding.
Up until today.
Yeah,
And
so
we're trying to keep our town clean.
I can see, yes,
possible.
absolutely. You can see how pristine Mossel Bay is.
Also,
People are very proud.
the other day someone said, oh wow, I didn't even see one portal or got one
Yes,
porthole in Mossel Bay.
Daar sê.
And I was like, yeah,
Absolutely.
that's Mossel
That's
Bay.
Mossel Bay.
If we just can keep, if everyone can just see the one vision of that, maybe one person have to keep your town, your area clean. I mean, Mossel Bay is also very big on tourism, and tourism is the biggest injection financially when it comes to Mossel
course,
Bay.
yeah.
So we have to look after Mossel Bay.
Absolutely. No, but you're doing a great job. You can be very proud.
Ja.
Maar dankie Kimmy, ek waardeer dit man.
Is
Daar
'n
sê.
groot plesier.
Alles van die
Willie,
beste.
en Asseblief kom,
Ek-
slaap een aan.
Ek sal.
Voor jy weg.
Ek sal nee, dat is ons het 'n deal. Daar sê.
Willie,
Mooi gaan vir jou hoor.
Good time.
Dankie. Oh, that was a great experience, don't you think? Many thanks to Kim for showing me around. And yes, I can just feel the December vibes here. Gosh, this would be an off the charts experience coming here. All right, there's the tourist information office. Let's get ourselves some information. And I can immediately see there's some useful directions here as well. Old Town, Harbour, and oh yes, Diaz Museum. Just over there. And here's another first impression. Such a friendly town. Welcome. Welcome is written almost everywhere. Come in, we are open. Ah, here we go, lots of brochures. Wow, first impressions, definitely very organized. An office they can be proud of for sure. Daar sê nee, hoe kom man? Ah, look at the maps here. Very colorful, illustrative. Wow, I have to say another impression, and I don't mean this lightly, but this information office here is absolutely top notch. I've been to almost 80 countries and I've been to hundreds of tourist offices, and they can really hold their head up high. By the way, you've got some more history here, including history about the name Mossel Bay. Seeing the abundance of mussels, Paulus van Kaarden, I think that's how you pronounce it, a Dutch admiral in service of a Dutch East India Company, named the spot Mossel Bay in 1601. All right, let's orientate ourselves a bit. There's the map that I got from the tourist office, and yes, it looks like all the main sites, all the points of interest are in close proximity, so I can walk, I don't have to drive. And one of the people here told me that Mossel Bay, the broader municipality, has got roughly 150,000 people. That is a lot of people for a South African town, but that includes areas such as Gqeberha, Dana Bay, Hartenbos, etc. I think Mossel Bay itself, at least the historic area, that is, as you can see, very compact. and some of the historic treasures. I'm not too bothered seeing all of them, but I'd really want to see the Dias Museum complex and yeah, just explore more and get lost around the town. Often the magic is away from the touristy bits. The Bartolomeu Dias Museum, that is definitely the main attraction here. I've been looking forward to this for a while. The Bartolomeu Dias Museum. Let's just get the tickets. Hi, how are you? You say cameras allowed?
Yes, they are allowed. It's 30 rand for one person.
30 rands, yeah, there you go. Thank you very much. It's wonderful, thank you so much.
This is for the whole complex.
Okay, and the postal tree
Yes,
is also at the back there. Okay, thank you so much, appreciate it.
Right.
Hello sir, how are you?
Well, how are you, sir?
Very good, what do I need to say?
For sign here.
Okay, of course, yes. So what is today?
It's the
4th already? Yes sir. Cannot believe it. There you go. I'll put my YouTube name there. Thank you, one adult.
yes, and just a tea.
And a tick there, yes, they're very organized. Eh? Province and country, I'll put Brighton, UK.
And for you,
Thank you so much, appreciate it.
And what's the name of the YouTube channel so we can check it out?
So you can check out. You must please go and subscribe, eh?
Yeah, we'll do.
Valley Explore, yes. Thank you. And there you go, you can see 30 rands entrance fee for an adult. I could not get the kids prize, they didn't want to allow me. So. Thank you guys. All right, let's go through here. Let's get a maritime education. Okay, so you can see we are here with a red dot. We've got the granary. You do have a maritime museum, shell museum, etc. And of course the famous post office tree. Oh, what a welcoming town. Thank you so much. Oh, stone monument here presented by the Rotary Club of Mossel Bay. And okay, I need to turn to be able to read this. You can see there Bartolomeu Dias. He came here to Mossel Bay on the 3rd of February 1488. Dias was commissioned by King John II of Portugal to find a new trading route to India. A mission that would change the course of maritime exploration forever. Unfortunately, Dias never made it to India, but that doesn't mean his voyage was insignificant. And in fact, they've got a whole museum dedicated to him here. There he is, Bartolomeu Dias in all his glory. Gosh, yeah, look at that Portuguese mosaic. This is very Portuguese. You will see the blue and white tiles in places like Lisbon or Porto. I had some great visits there. Oh wow, this is just like a storybook opening. Unbelievable. Yo, I did not expect this. This is absolutely insane. So this is what the boat would have looked like. Yes. Apologies about the flickering lights, but it's not something I can really control. But you can read more there in your own time. The important point is this is a full-scale replica of a caravel used by Dias on his epic 1488 voyage. Wow. Yeah. Looks like we can actually go on the boat, or no? Please do not stand, wait on the bridge. Caravel closer. Oh no. At least they're looking after our safety, but we can't go on. But I guess, yeah, you can get a good idea of life back in the day. It was certainly no luxury existence, and you had to be a certain type of person, I guess, to put your hand up to go on a voyage of discovery. Are you all right, old pal? Are you struggling a little bit? Can you imagine life on sea back in those days? Those sailors didn't have comfy cabins or beds. They basically slept where they could find a spot where they could squeeze in. And they probably also did some cooking on the deck. Some sort of iron plate perhaps with sand. No gourmet kitchen there for sure. Many of the sailors, they would have suffered from scurvy back in the day. They would have had swollen legs and feet, bleeding gums. Compared to all the luxuries we enjoy in 2025, these guys, they were roughing it on a whole new level. I guess you can say that those sailors Probably saw Mossel Bay as some sort of Woolies of the 1400s, where hungry explorers found more than just land. They found lunch, they found mussels. And yes, how sad is that? Diaz died 12 years after his circumnavigation of the Cape, when his caravel sank with all aboard in 1500 in the South Atlantic. This caravel was part of Cabral's fleet on its way to India after discovering Brazil. Diaz was to have founded a trading station at Sofala in Mozambique. And of course Diaz paved the way for Vasco da Gama. We learned about him in St. Helena Bay, but you can read there again. He reached Calicut in India in May 1498. Oh, we've got a replica here of a 16th century Portuguese astrolabe. So well after Diaz and da Gama. But it was a gift from the Portuguese government, handed over to State President P.W. Botha and donated to a museum at the Diaz Festival 3rd of February 1988. Yeah, that would have been one heck of a party in Mossel Bay. 500 years of Diaz. Oh, they've got more information about 1988. Look at the festival there. National Festival. Yo. People partying in Tani Karika. Looks like it. Looks like Tani Karika Kiesenkamp. Of course, she sang a song about Bartolomeu Diaz. Yeah, they're all dressed up. Yo, look at the crowds of people there. That must have been a wonderful day in Mossel Bay's history. Look there, the 100,000th visitor to the museum. They've even got a photo of them there. Got commemorative Thursday covers and stamps. Yeah, incredible to be here. And of course, look at the robustness of a boat, certainly for 15th century standards. Of course, crossing the Atlantic is much more difficult than crossing the Indian, for example. The waters are much more rough, so this needed to be pretty sturdy. And when I was in Madeira, I talked about how Madeira was used as a navigational school for many of the sailors back then. So it all comes full circle back here to Mossel Bay. The Portuguese, their involvement here in South Africa. Yeah, let's go through here. Development of a sailing ship. Of course, you get different types of history, and I do have a particular soft spot for the maritime history. Maybe because I grew up in small fishing towns. That makes it more special. But yeah, there you go. There's an example of some of the rough waters in the Atlantic. Yo, this is an astonishing museum. They've even got information about trade between Europe and the Far East in general, and of course, yeah, overland. They would have traveled the Silk Route, for example, the Silk Road. And also, before the Suez Canal was constructed, South Africa, that was arguably the most important stop. South Africa would have been a strategic point to come and replenish and recuperate. But also, geographically, you know that you've covered a long distance and you've rounded the Cape, and now it's just Indian Ocean all the way to India. Perhaps the easier stretch, if I can say that, because of the roughness of the Atlantic. Not too sure, but they would have faced pirates and various bad people along their journeys. And this is a cargo vessel that the Dutch East India Company used. And yeah, that's a spice market in India back in the day. They would trade with the Europeans, big business, and then it's a long journey back to Europe. There's another 16th century warship. Yeah, they've got a curio shop here as well. Various trinkets, bracelets, some jewelry, and fridge magnets. Hi, how are you? Very, very good. You've got a beautiful shop, huh?
Yes, thank you.
Ah, ostrich eggs. There with Mossel Bay. Is that The lighthouse. Hopefully we'll get to the lighthouse as well in due course. Aye aye, Captain, let's go on an adventure. 90 bucks. Dias Museum glass, 60 rand. Good price if you convert it back to pounds. And nice to see that we'll also celebrate Vasco da Gama. Maybe I've got a soft spot for him because of the west coast. Yeah, big shout out to Mossel Bay. This is a first-rate museum. There's so much information here, it will be impossible to cover in a single vlog. Oh wow, one of the most famous batsmen of all time. What is he doing here? W.G. Grace. Well, I don't know what he is doing in Mossel Bay, so let me know in the comments. He's got his famous bacon and egg cap there, the MCC cap. Marylebone Cricket Club. Don't know if that is Western Province or maybe another club in Mossel Bay. Can't really see there. Maybe, well, maybe that is a jersey. Looks like W. Matthews was a famous general dealer here in Mossel Bay. They've even got the phone here that was used by the Postmaster General at the inauguration of a Mossel Bay exchange, 19 June 1971. Lots of photos. Let's just cherry pick a few. There's just something about old photos that makes it more special. Nowadays we take hundreds if not thousands of photos with our smartphones. Oh yes, you've got the Kaapse klopse, but you've also got the Mosselbaai klopse, so Mossel Bay's coons, and various other people who have contributed to the society. It's wonderful that they celebrate and commemorate them. We've got the rugby club, we've got the old Lutheran church there. Yes, wonderful. Please share your Mossel Bay memories with us. Well, I'll put it on YouTube, Mossel Bay, so you can have a look. But this was an absolute privilege to visit your beautiful museum. I'll just get one more shot here. And of course the ship. That is the most prized part here, the replica. Unbelievable. Really a special experience. Alright, let's explore more of a complex here. When Dias landed here, he found some fresh water. They found a freshwater spring, so they could replenish their water stocks. There's some information about the location of a freshwater spring. The freshwater spring symbolizes the site where the first contact between the local Cocoon and Portuguese sailors is thought to have taken place. You can read more about that in your own time. But there's a scene from 1488. And the location of a freshwater spring is explained here. In fact, there are several small natural springs in and around Mossel Bay. The largest natural pond fed by a spring is this one at the museum. Hi there, how are you? Is this the original fountain?
Yes,
The first fresh water?
the only one.
The only one?
Yes.
Oh wow, I'm so glad to see this. And today it's home to some ducks.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Can I go down? Is it okay? Thank you so much. They're putting on some sort of display for me here. I don't have any food for you. Ek het nie kos nie man, ek is jammer. Yeah, some very nice flats over there. And I guess houses of a more traditional build. Okay, that seems private, no entry. Now you might think South Africa's first post box was a shiny red box with a little slot. Not in this part of the world. Here in Mossel Bay it was, well, a tree, as you can see here. I finally made it here to the post office tree after all these years. Very special to be here. So I guess forget FedEx, this is Forest Express. This milkwood tree is considered to be over 500 years old. And yes, no stamps, no queues. Just hopes and a tree with decent Wi-Fi, I mean wood-fi. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Terrible dad joke. Yeah, also a national monument. You can see there it stands near the fountain's water where the Portuguese navigators regularly drew water at Aguada de São Brás, now Mossel Bay. I hope I didn't butcher that pronunciation. And in May 1501, a captain of a homeward bound ship He left a message here which was found on the 7th of July 1501 by the outward bound ships of Danova. According to tradition, the message was placed in an old shoe and tied to a tree. So somewhere over here, I guess. And this is the replica that they've made of the shoe, I guess. Caution, letters containing banknotes, coins, blank postal orders, etc. must not be posted in this box. So it's actually a post box. Wow. Is it still in operation? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Yeah, gosh, Mossel Bay, I hope you've got more to offer, because this was pretty special. This was a highlight for me. Hi there. How are you? I just want to ask permission, can I go and explore more of Mossel Bay? Are you alright with it? Thank you. Yes, thank you to the museum complex here. This is a good start. Oh, I didn't quite expect that sound. And I've met some friendly people from Mosselbaai. Hallo julle, hoe gaan dit? Lekker man. Wat is julle name?
Ek is Kelvin.
Kelvin, ek is Willie, aangenaam.
Nou ken ek is Eston.
Easton. Easton, daar's hy. Is dit lekker in Mosselbaai?
Ja, so mooi.
Is al man fantasties, nee, is dit nie? Daar's hy. Nou julle moet lekker dag hê manne. It's very important to note that while the Portuguese explored the area earlier, they didn't settle here permanently. Only later in 1734, a certain Jan de la Fontaine, the Dutch governor of a Cape colony, he visited Mossel Bay and placed a possession stone to claim the land. From what I've read, it is reasonable to assume that this area had a prominent farming community around 1730. I believe that in response to perceived threats from the French and also the English, the Dutch East India Company set up some military outposts or buitenposte at key locations in the area, including here at Mossel Bay. That was in the late 18th century, around 1785. But it was the British, and no, I'm not referring to the post box, I'm referring to the stone. It was the British who gave this town the stone built flavour. The British built a lot of these stone buildings between 1820 and 1902, and it gives Mossel Bay a very distinct character, a very distinct look. Possibly South Africa's first stone built town. Well, that's what some people say. Anyways, let's go and explore more of this beautiful town. Yep, this is Indian Ocean country. You can see snorkeling. You've even got white sharks here. Oh my goodness. So yes, I live in Brighton, UK now, but I'm originally from Mosselbaai, the great white shark capital of South Africa. So they are featuring here in Mossel Bay. So Mossel Bay, I feel at home already. A bit of Brighton and a bit of Mosselbaai. I've got some very English names. Bland Street, Marsh. This turn here, mind you, is a final boss when it comes to getting your license. Yeah, I've noticed that's a very narrow area to turn left on this corner. But anyway, enough of traffic issues. Here's the Dutch Reformed Church. Press the button. Wait for the man to turn green. There it is. Yeah, they seem shut, but they do have a number there, the church office. Maybe I'll just give him a quick ring. In Gqeberha, Mosselbaai. Wow. Is this part of a church? Certainly looks like it. Hi, goeiemiddag. Ek is Willie. Ek maak 'n YouTube videoetjie van Mosselbaai en ek het gewonder of dit dalk moontlik is om hier in binne die kerk te gaan. Yes, ek is hierso. Ek het net die nommer gesien hier en ek het gedink ek vat 'n kans.
As jy wil inkom, is dit by die straatjie tussen die polisiekantoor en die kerk. Daar's 'n bordjie wat wys die munisipale hof.
Okay, yes.
Jy moet net halfry en dan sê ek aan die einde druk jy die klokkie, dan sal ek op dalk vir jou van binne af.
Daar sê. Baie dankie hoor. Ek sien nou hoor. Dankie. Bye. Oh, there we go. We can go and see the church. All right, here we go. Yes, this is the church office. There you can see all the ministers. It starts there with Dominee van der Riet, 1845, and some of the more modern ones there. And there are the current ministers. I guess the colour photos give them away. Oh yes, there we go. The first church in 1845, top left. We've got the stone church in 1878 and the current church in 1949. Yeah, this is what they used to lay the foundation stone. On the 5th of March 1949, Dominee D.W. de Villiers in Gqeberha. Baie dankie hoor, ek waardeer dit. This is the main church building. And I've got a spacious garden. Is dit? Hierdie ene? Nee, hy's almal 'n teikie. 200 years old, this tree. But look at the friendly face there. Wat se boom sê? Oh, this one.
Dit is nou die dag geplant vir die 180 jaar eeufees het hulle hom geplant.
Okay, yes. So a fairly new tree. It will make some memories here in Mossel Bay. And we'll see a lot of development in the town as well, I'm sure. Rustic elements as well in the garden. There's the Bible verse. Tot die eer van God, to the glory of God.
Klok nou goed in hom gehad.
Okay.
En dit is toe sy herstel.
Ah, yes.
Dis hoekom daai hoë pilare en goed is daai.
So there's no clock at the moment there. Yeah. They are busy restoring. Of gaan hy nie 'n klok kry nie?
Nee, die horlosie is in die ander toring.
They won't replace the clock because there's no need really. They've got the clock in the other spire, but just showing you the building here from up close. Look how the building gets a bit of gloss from the sunlight shining on the sandstone. I definitely get a feel of England here in Mossel Bay through the architecture. Anyways, let's go in. Ah, here we go. Here's the church inside. This is where the minister goes. This is the view that they would have of a congregation. I've been told that if they take the health and safety seriously and don't overfill the church, they can fit in about 800 people. And I've noticed another smaller gallery here on top there as well. And check this, the charitable contribution of the church. I believe this will go to an old age home. I think this is a wonderful initiative. The moedergemeente here in Mossel Bay, Dutch Reformed Church. We are a family with a lot of love for liefde. Yes, thanks to the church. Now, decisions. I guess we've got a few streets to go and explore. So that is Bland by the looks of it. We can go down there in a bit. But let's go to Marsh, which I believe is the main street here in Mossel Bay. This is the CBD of Mossel Bay, the hub of activity. Lots of traffic here in Mossel Bay, that's another impression. It might just be the time of day. Various businesses here, traders, pharmacy. Look, Mossel Bay Mafia, but they've even got the colours there of the Italian flag. They seem to buy and sell some stuff. Cell phone shops. That church certainly stands out like a sore thumb in Marsh Street. Lots of activity here. Here's a place, look at that. I guess the drinking hole. There's the blue room, but without the E. Friendly halal fisheries. Here you got fashion on Marsh Street. Marsh Street does certainly up the ante when it comes to people and traffic. Number 66, M Broad & Co. And the old chemists and druggists, aptekers. Definitely a busy feel in this part of town. Absolutely not the same atmosphere as Santos Beach, for example. Hello sir, how are you? Is it ostrich? Yeah. Nice man, yeah, very good. See you later. I'll tell you a little story about ostrich feathers and Mossel Bay a bit later when we go down to the harbour. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful church here. This also reminds me of England because you get these churches in England. Yes, St. Peter's, the Anglican church. A showstopper of a building, I'd say, here in Marsh Street. You can see it's also a national monument. The other thing that I have noticed about Marsh Street, so take into account that this is Mossel Bay's busiest street, no doubt about that, but it is very, very clean for a busy street. Lots of coffee shops and place to fill up your vehicle, financial institutions. Yeah, hub of activity. and residential areas not too far from here either. Bike shops, so you can explore the outdoors. Lots of cycle paths in this part of the world. Yeah, here you can see the sandstone buildings from up closer. This one is another cafe. I love how they turn these old architectural gems into modern businesses. Yeah, now we can see even more stone buildings the further you walk down. And it does feel a little bit more quiet here. Yeah, oh my goodness, it's actually quite profound. On that side, you've got chaos in Marsh Street. And on this side, you've got, I won't say peace and tranquility, but it is a world apart. Not a lot of noise at all. Have you got your garden route scuba? Come and do some scuba diving in Mossel Bay. There's a post office. Got more guest houses. Look at the beautiful balconies here. And there you can also see the ocean and some of the mountains. More trees as well start to appear. Guest house and a hippie shop. Hippies welcome here in Mossel Bay. And so are the surfers. Hi, how are you? Good, good, thanks. The more you walk along Marsh Street, the more peaceful and I guess iconic it becomes. There are some beautiful buildings. Mossel Bay looks like it's got a few pockets of chaos, but not too many. For a town of 150,000, well, depending on how you count it, it looks fairly relaxed. We've got their Jack's Bagels. We've got another coffee shop here, Fynbos. Oh, hang on. Is that not the same one they've got in Mosselbaai? Yeah, beautiful water feature here. Fynbos coffee shop. I'm sure there's one in Mosselbaai as well. Might be the same people. And we've got another church here, St. Thomas, the Catholic church. I guess there is a contact number in case we want to go in. But we've got so much to explore. Just to give you a shot here through the gate. You can see there 1885 and 1935 over there. Beautiful sandstone buildings. What's here? House of Maria, Artist of the People. Nautilus Place. A reference there to Point Auto. Obviously they are using the geographic significance of the area to promote their business. You know what, I think I'm going to turn around and walk a little bit more in Bland Street. Go down there. But actually now you get a wonderful shot of Marsh Street. Definitely a beautiful town to come and explore. How's it, guys? You alright? Nice, nice. Here you've got the Vincent building. Looks like it was a trading spot back in the day. You can see there 1901. Yeah, General Merchants. Check that flat, decorated with some sea ornaments. Dag. Hi. Oh, Dirk. Oh, well, how are you? So nice to meet you. Wow.
Ons is albei Afrikaans.
Ons is Afrikaans. Ja, skus hoor.
Dis Annetjie.
Hallo Tannie. Aangenaam. Jy sien Dirk, sommer vir my so afgee man.
Ek val
Ja, yes, en ek waardeer al die ondersteuning en ja.
Ek sê vir hom daai ou neem video's, maar ek weet nie
Ja,
presies hoe hy die aanhanger.
Ja.
Ek sê dis jy en die ry om.
Ek gaan nou jou aanvlieg so.
Ja. Small world. I just met one of my subscribers here in Mossel Bay. Oom Dirk. Daar's hy.
Ja,
Baie dankie vir die ondersteuning. Waardeer dit man. Dis 'n groot voorreg om hom te ontmoet.
Ja.
Ja, en dankie Tannie.
Dis 'n groot plesier.
Daar's hy. Ah, antique shop here. And the biggest Sprite and Coca-Cola bottles I've ever seen in my life. That's not good news as I'm trying to cut down on these soft drinks. Anyways, let's have a look. An antique shop in a super historic town here in South Africa. This is where an antique shop belongs. Oh, wow, books and collectibles. Karretjies ook daar so. Wow, okay, I'll say, baie dankie. Yeah, check the model cars. Yes, now we're talking. Look at the old buses. Yes, if you're a car lover, come and stock up your collection here. And still in their original packaging as well. They go for about 250, 225 rand. And old lamps. Lots of paintings. There's some crockery and cutlery and a strong music motif here as well. There's some really interesting items in here. A new flag. There's the Cheetahs, Cheetah rugby team. Yeah, this is not cheetah country per se, so I wonder what the story is there. Or is it just for sale? Maybe that is why it's here, because they want to get rid of it. Spotted the old bank sign there. Gosh, is that for sale? Yes, looks like it. I can't immediately see a price here for it. Oh, there we go. 950 Rand. And you can have a bit of financial history. A huge variety of items and trinkets, bits and bobs. Yes, if you don't want to go out and explore the ocean, explore the walking trails, come and do some browsing here. You may just find some very interesting items. Walking down here, we've got the harbour on our left. The smallest commercial harbour in all of South Africa. And I can see an uphill walk over there. I love an uphill walk. Not for fitness reasons, but that usually is a sign of a very good view at the other end. So I'm looking forward to see what we can find there. Searles Manor. Beautiful stone building. And wow, this is a very colourful structure in front here. Taste Buds restaurant. Yeah, let's cross here, let's check out this building from a closer angle. Yes, I wonder what this is. They look pretty shut. Anyways, very colourful touch here in Mosselbaai. Look, even the number here is a work of art. Anyways, onwards and upwards. Okay, the goods shed, biggest indoor market in the Southern Cape. Wow, and you can even come and take your social media snap here. I think this is enough to lure me in. The shopping experience here in the Southern Cape. Hi, daar sê. Ek maak so YouTube videoetjie van Mosselbaai. Kan ek maar 'n bietjie kyk? Dankie. Daar sê, waardeer. You can see here some beautiful art for sale here. Various prints. There's various aisles here. Going here, yes. Daar sê, hi. Lots of variety here. There you go, Frida Kahlo again. Everywhere I go, Frida Kahlo seems to follow me around. I wonder what's going on, Frida. Yeah, the fashion scene here in Mossel Bay, in the Southern Cape. Some beautiful, colourful clothes here. Look at the splash of colour here. Even the hangers, they've got a splash of colour. Ah, some funky socks here. Look there, the Disney collection. Booked on scrapbooking. New York, wow, Statue of Liberty, but Mossel Bay style. I guess if you need to sock up, you know where to come. This was just a very quick stop in a fairly sizable market, but we've got more things to go and explore. And wow, the Eigelaars from Veldrif, Laiplek. They are here in Mossel Bay as well. Yeah, another antique shop here, and look, they've listed the shipwrecks from 1505 in this part of the world. Actually quite profound. Tells me the waters here are not to be messed with. Looks like Mossel Bay is the antiques capital of South Africa. Here's another old building hosting a modern coffee shop or an eatery. We've got leather hides for sale and some really nice houses there on the hill. I bet they've got a very nice view of the harbour and the ocean over there. Oh wow, what have we got here? Yeah, world famous Blue Shed coffee roastery. Okay, well if it's world famous, I need to have a look. There we go. Someone driving a vintage car along the Southern Cape by the looks of it. Look at Picasso's art gallery. Look at the door. And yes, look at this. for a bit of a vintage touch. And over here, is that a man they've created out of old car parts? Let's have a look. Yes, indeed. Oh wow. This looks like something from the robot planet in Futurama. Forgot what it was called. There's an old tractor seat. Is that a train? There's a train driver. Is that a train employee trying to help someone on, or someone getting off? Wow. You know, it's just amazing the value that artists add to a community. And art obviously is not a singular form. I know there's also an art route that you can follow. You can walk here in Mossel Bay. Obviously you have galleries, but then you also have some establishments with an artistic touch. A bit of eccentricity. I'd categorize myself as a fairly eccentric person, and I feel right at home here in Mossel Bay. Look there, board at own risk. Look what they've done here to this boat. Little chairs, mini chairs. There's a table. I guess a little playground for kids with a sand. Right next to, I guess, a more traditional playground. And over here they've got the little tractor. Yes, I'm too old to go on that now, even though I desperately want to. So many wonderful experiences to be had here in Mossel Bay. Something for everyone. If you're interested in cars and art, this is where the two come together. And of course, let's not forget that this is a coffee shop. Lots of nice places to sit outside. Lots of interesting ornaments. And I love the blue color here. Fairly unique concept. Look at all these old bags that they've used in the construction of these seating areas. Mossel Bay, of course, known for its gas. I'm thinking of Bosgas, but they're not really known for their petrol. Petrol is going to be a bit of a problem here in Mossel Bay. If you've got a sweet tooth or you're in search of a sugar rush, they've got you sorted here as well. Looks pretty good. And they're well stocked with coffee as well. Look at that, from all over the world. Come and pick your brew here. Oh wow, this is probably my favorite piece so far. Look at this, I guess, racing driver, but he is made out of little cars, old small cars. Oh my goodness. I wonder how long it took them to construct this. Ah yes, it is winter time in South Africa. And yes, of course, the nautical theme, that's quite prominent in Mossel Bay. And another eccentric driver looking to go somewhere, but he's just hanging at the moment. All right, I've injected myself with a bit of culture. Now let's see if my hunch is right. I will have a brilliant view not too far from here. And yeah, more stone-built houses. I love that they celebrate the architectural history. All right, moment of truth. It looks pretty good. There's another bargain store here, so you can come and have a view, but first pick up a bargain and then admire a nice view. Crazy Wine Deli, and coffee that's about to topple over, I guess. Mossel Bay, I'm starting to like you a lot. I feel quite at home here. There are a lot of interesting businesses, friendly people, beautiful old buildings, of course the ocean, the beaches. We've got Beach Street here in front. Just a very nice place to come and relax. This almost feels a little bit like Saldanha. It's got a bit of a Saldanha-esque element to it. You've got an old cemetery here as well. Quite a sizable area. And yeah, I guess those houses, those residences, they will have a great view of the ocean. So my hunch, I guess, was partly correct. I can still see the Indian Ocean. So let's just orientate ourselves now. Okay, so I am at the historical cemetery. So if I put it like that, maybe I should go in that direction instead. Walk to the point. The other thing I've noticed is that almost everyone, except the kids, are wearing at least 2 layers of clothing. People in South Africa, they think the winter is cold. South Africans love to complain about the winter, but it's never winter in South Africa, let me tell you. Go to England, go to the Northern Hemisphere if you really want to experience a winter. Yes, okay, I'll admit some of the evenings can get pretty cold, but I'm filming this in early June, and June is supposed to be the start of winter, and I can tell you, absolutely, this is a wonderful summer's day in England. Okay, Beacon Point, is that the actual point, the actual punt? Not too sure. Passing some sort of sports field, sports ground. Okay, now we are entering some sort of village. Don't know where to go to the point. It's maybe over there in that direction. Yes, so the point is just behind here, and that is a lighthouse. I do have some information on the lighthouse, so I'm armed to give you some interesting info. But we'll get there in due course. Mossel Bay, a very walkable town, much more walkable than I thought it would be. All the attractions are in close proximity. But anyways, this is the view that I was looking for. Now we are talking business. Beautiful trees, a hill there. You've got the lighthouse. You've got the ocean. You've got more art. Mossel Bay, you beauty. Looks like a restaurant here as well. Gosh, must be a restaurant with one of the best views in all of South Africa. Delfinos. So this is the famous point. Look there. A nice pool and a magnificent Indian Ocean. And you've got the mountains at the back there as well. Isn't nature just fantastic? Yes, I know people who will say, well, seaside towns and villages, they all offer the same thing. But the ocean and the surrounding nature, it looks different everywhere you go. Wat is die naam? Jaco, ek is Willie, aangenaam man. Jy sê jy het rooi aas?
Ja, ek het die rooi aas.
Daar sê. Ah, some bait there. Nou is goeie bait, nee, is goed bait.
Hy is beste, ja.
Daar sê. Nou jy toe sterkte vir jou dag man. Daar sê, alles van die beste. Mooi gaan. Yeah, so of course Mossel Bay, great fishing area as well. Yeah, I've decided not to go down there for now because I want to get a selfie at the iconic Mossel Bay photo frame. And of course, while we walk there, the ocean is creating its own magic, its own symphony of sounds. Let's just take a selfie through here like this. So a bit outside the frame, but you get the idea. And wow, this is special. Is that some sort of monument? Okay, so I've just asked a local who said that that used to be a steel cross, a metal cross, which obviously over time got a bit of rust and the elements of weather kind of destroyed it, as you can see. Ah, so this is where all the dolphins are hiding. Even seasoned explorers like me need a water now and again. I think I might just get it there from that Rondavel ice cream shop. I'm gonna try really hard not to eat an ice cream. Really trying to cut some of the sugar. But I'll give you an idea of the prices anyway. Point ice cream. Yeah, they do have water there. You can see 15 rand. Stil asseblief, ja. Ek neem so YouTube videoetjie, dis reg, né? Ek kan maar neem. Dankie julle. As I yes. Friendly people here at the ice cream shop, or I mean the water shop in Mossel Bay. As I, baie dankie hoor. 15 hier so. As hy hou die klein geld hoor. Dankie. There we go. Tsitsikamma. Yes, I had the same water in Gqeberha. That seems to be a prominent brand here in this part of the world. Yeah, cup and cone, last chance. No, I'm going to stick to the healthy option. Point ice cream. Some interesting characters there. And I guess these ones, they are having a good time. Anyways, cheers to Mossel Bay. Yeah, I'm not brave enough to do the zip line, but you can see more information here. It's a pretty famous one in South Africa, and that's where you go up, the adrenaline junkies. All right, the campers here in Mossel Bay, they've pitched up, so to speak. That lighthouse was named after a doctor turned bishop from ancient Armenia, which is modern day Turkey. But I've been to both Turkey and Armenia, so I feel like I've got a bit of a connection to this lighthouse. Do go and check out my Armenia videos if you haven't already. The oldest Christian country in the world. Blaize was famous for his kindness and a few miracle cures. He was famous for saving a kid choking on a fishbone. He's also now the patron saint of throat ailments and wool combers. And on his feast day, the 3rd of February, some churches bless people's throats with crossed candles, asking for protection from coughs and sore throats. Now certainly here in the so-called winter in South Africa, they would want to get rid of their sore throats. You know, they are actually related to the elephant. Can you believe it? Anyways, wow. Mossel Bay, you never cease to amaze. Here you go, St. Blaize Trail. Okay, I don't think I've got time for a full trail. I'm fairly fit walking wise, but I don't think I've got 6 hours to my disposal. But anyways, that is something for you to do. I am more keen to go and check out the lighthouse. Now, let's go. And well, lighthouse or no lighthouse, you do have the first rate view from here. Is this some sort of cave? Yes. You're gonna get more. Where are you guys from?
We're from Mossel Bay.
Mossel Bay, eh? Yes. What a beautiful, fantastic place. Well, what is it like living here, man? Because just look at this, unbelievable. Yes, see, how can you ever get tired of this?
Yes, that one.
Fantastic. Yeah, thanks guys. Thank you very much. Yes, well, I guess this is not a bad hangout. Certainly for sailors back in the day. But anyways, forget about the 15th century and Portuguese sailors. Now we are talking the Stone Age in Mossel Bay. In Mossel Bay, one of the earliest sites to be excavated, Cape St. Blaize Cave also played a key role in the development of Stone Age archaeology in South Africa. So there you go. Mossel Bay as an archaeological hotspot. And some of the gentle giants you find in this part of the world. Various whales. What a wonderful world we live in. I've just realized I missed that monument on the rocks below, so I'll probably have to go back and show you. But first things first, let's go up here. Dag sê julle. Hi. Use this path at own risk, but I'll tell you what, so far it's pretty safe. Yeah, there is the lighthouse. Wonder if we can go in. Yo, there's a new painting around every corner. And there you can see the zip line. Gosh, must be one of the most beautiful zip lines in the world. All right, here goes. They've done a very good job carving out this path, I have to say. And it's well maintained and you don't see a lot of rubbish. Yes, maybe the odd cigarette butt here and there. But Mossel Bay will also be very big on conservation. Right, I think we've reached an impasse. Is it possible at all to get into the lighthouse? Well, there are the guys we saw earlier. Guys, can I go in the lighthouse?
No, you can't go there side.
Oh, you can't go there?
on upstairs you can go.
Ah, okay, but you can't walk here.
There is garden, everything.
Ah, okay. So unfortunately,
Yeah, you should go because down then you should go straight up.
go straight up. So you can actually visit the lighthouse, but you need to take a different path, not the cliff path. Cheers guys, thank you. Yeah, so strange how life works. Maybe that's a sign that I should not go to the lighthouse just yet, and instead show you that monument we spotted earlier. But I'll just give you one more shot of a beautiful view here. Absolutely breathtaking. Let's go back down and see more of the magic of Mossel Bay, but this time at ground level. Looks like there's an entrance, and here all the cars with their CBS number plates. That's a Mossel Bay number plate. CBS apparently stands for come back soon. Shows you the friendliness of a town. It goes so far as the number plates. Hello, hello. Anyways, there we go. Okay, so this is a First World War monument, and the design of a memorial with its central cruciform headed by the words "Our Gallant Dead" is such that the names inscribed are from sunrise to sunset, never in the shade. Mossel Bay, the town of sandstone, but also of beautiful and profound monuments. Wow, they've really done a lot of effort with this monument. Our Gallant Dead, never to be forgotten. And yes, you do have a First World War, but you've also got 1939 to 45 there, the Second World War. So their contribution also never forgotten. And there's the lighthouse. It's amazing what they said about the direction of a monument and the names there, that they are never in the shade, they are always visible. That's a bit strange. I'm actually not allowed to go into the harbour for some reason, so that seems to be off limits. I just have to stick around here. I want to tell you an interesting story that I've read about ostrich feathers. Places like Oudtshoorn is not a million miles away. Oudtshoorn is renowned for ostriches, and during the late 19th and early 20th centuries, Mossel Bay actually exported a lot of ostrich feathers. Back then the world went wild for those fluffy fashion statements, and I believe that at one stage Mossel Bay was shipping out more than 800,000 kilograms of ostrich feathers every single year. That's a lot of tickling. Anyways, what a beautiful view here. And you can even see the Santos pavilion. I believe that they built the first breakwater of a harbour around 1912. I guess to keep the harbour safe and those fabulous feathers on their way to stylish hats around the globe. Ah, another bit of England here, a London bus, which is now a fish and chip shop. It looks a bit older than the Boris buses that you'll find in London now, but nonetheless, it's red and it's a bus. Die rooi bussie. Look, even the flower pots here, they sport the colours of the Union Jack. That is brilliant. I don't think it's a far-fetched claim to say that Mosgas has shaped South Africa's future in a profound way, certainly in this part of the world. What happened was Sucor, the state-owned Southern Oil Exploration Corporation, Sucor, they focused its search for oil and gas offshore around 1978, and I believe that between 1965 and 1987 they drilled around 150 boreholes at a cost of nearly 800 million. Their big break came in 1980 when gas and condensate were discovered just off the Mossel Bay coast. Now that was a discovery that kick-started the Mosgas, the Mosgas project, and in a relatively short time as well. In 1985 the government approved the first phase feasibility study to explore turning the gas into synthetic fuels. And then in February 1987, with international sanctions looming, that was apartheid South Africa, remember, that was when they gave a full go-ahead for the final project. Yeah, if you had any involvement with Mosgas, let me know in the comments. I bet there are some interesting stories to share. Anyway, some more interesting restaurants here. Let's check out some of them. Here's Mr. Mandela, former president of South Africa, Madiba. Wow, an artwork celebrating and commemorating him with various dates associated with him over the years. Fantastic work of art. And a place called Kai 4, so Key 4. Look at this old boat that they've now transformed into some sort of display cabinet. Wow, Witblits. And you've got various rustic elements, beautiful potted plants, and the best bit is the view. Oh my goodness. Definitely a very coastal feel here. It's almost like the Musselsbaai in Lambert's Bay, but with a Mossel Bay touch. Look at that. This is very South African, eh, Jonathan?
Nice, juicy.
I say. And Jonathan is actually gonna take care of my roosterkoek, which I ordered for 100 rand, biltong and cheese. He's gonna melt the cheese for me on the fire there.
Yes.
Jonathan, as hy biltong en kaas. Ja, asseblief. Oh, there we go. That's it. How South African is this? Ons kook ons vleis op die vuur. And joh, a roosterkoek with a view. Just getting some coals in there. Ja. Johnny, so jy's van Mosselbaai af?
Yes.
Daar is hy.
Mosselbaaier.
Mosselbaaier.
Yes.
Daar is hy, man. Ek het julle rugby jersey gesien in die museum. Is dit nog die blou en wit soos die WP? Hy is nog steeds. I guess we are Western Province supporters in this part of the world. Daar is hy. Dankie jou, Johnny. Daar is hy, dankie man. Waardeer. Here we go. Is hy nog aan die gang?
Hy moet nog net begin.
Hy nou eers begin?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just asking because I'm a little bit hungry, man. Yes, I like lekker, joh. Yeah. Johnny told me not quite yet. He told me to calm down, but I am really hungry.
5 more minutes.
There we go. You can see just how the rooster, the grill, oh, it's giving it a very nice texture. There we go. Joh.
2 more minutes.
2 more minutes. Wil jy ken hom al?
Ja.
Dankie maar, vat 'n bietjie van spanfees. As hy, dankie man.
Ag nog net 'n self kry aby. Gesmelt is hy.
Baie dankie. Yes, and here we go. And in South Africa we eat food out of these metal plates.
Yes.
That's how we do it. Ah yes, seat for a king, or is it a Portuguese sailor? The old boat here. But anyways, I'm gonna dig into this. I don't think I've ever had a roosterkoek with a knife and fork. There you go, that's the inside. Now you can see the biltong and the cheese. Mossel Bay, let's go. Oh yes. I could have added some salad, no extra cost, but I decided to keep it simple, keep it straight and simple. South African food, eh? It's so difficult to beat, especially with a view and the deluxe suite that I've got here. An old boat. Yes, Mossel Bay, what is there to say? I've been thinking of some words on how to close this vlog, and I am actually lost for words. You're an incredible place. I've used my cheat code a little bit and I've driven up here to the lighthouse, but there's no parking, so I am just stationed here for a bit. But I thought I'd give you a special view. I've been thinking about 3 things that we can all take away from Mossel Bay, and that is regarding history, the environment and people. Beyond dates and facts, it teaches us that history is not just about what happened, it's about who we are because of it. There are layers of stories, and it teaches us that every place, every person, we carry the weight and the wisdom of those who come before. Here's the war monument, for example, that we visited earlier. I love how they celebrate the environment, conservation, and how clean the town is. I love the fact that they've preserved all the stone buildings. And I guess perhaps most importantly, how welcoming the town is. I can't wait to CBS to come back soon. If you haven't done it yet, please press the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment for me in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. Share this video as wide as you can, hit the notifications bell, and stay tuned for more adventures coming soon. For now, I just want to say again, thanks for watching my videos, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Cheers, take it easy.